Now, the hydration vest or running pack has become a popular piece of running kit these days, what with lots of runners venturing out onto the trails and the ultra running scene blowing up. Over the years, I've run with lots of running vests and packs from lots of different running brands, but last year was the first time I got to test out a vest from the guys at CamelBak. I tested out their Zephyr Pro. It performed okay, great build quality, really nice attention to detail, but I'm never a fan of that sort of one size fits all vest because very rarely does one size fit all. However, when we were at UTMB last year, we were walking around the expo, we got chatting with the guys from CamelBak and they gave us a sneaky peek at their new Apex Pro vest that launched this year. I was really impressed with what I saw, and funnily enough, I've actually been testing one out over the last month or so now, so let's dive into the video and find out how it's performed. Welcome back, folks. Hope you are all fit and well out there in YouTube world. I'm Lloyd Purvis and this is Run4Adventure, your friendly, informative, running related YouTube channel. Now, if you saw our recent video where we went through this year's sort of race calendar, then you'll know that myself and Liga will be running a few miles this year with one of these on our backs as we take on some epic adventures. If you haven't seen the video, it's well worth checking out. We've got some great races and some amazing trips away planned. Obviously, I'm going to be grabbing the cameras, taking them along, capturing all the excitement for you guys at home so you can experience it with us. So if you haven't seen that video, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below so you can check it out. Right, first up, let's run you through a few of the stats about the Apex Pro hydration vest from CamelBak. Then I'm going to break down the construction in a bit more detail, highlighting all the great features, and then we're going to finish up talking all about how it's performed over the last month. I've used it on shorter, faster runs. I've also run it fully loaded with sort of race mandatory kit on longer efforts, so it's definitely been thoroughly tested. So the Apex Pro comes with 12 litres of storage space, so very similar to the very popular Salomon Advanced Skin 12 set. I am happy to say this is not a one size fits all vest, and they come in specific sizes, so you can get an extra small, a small, a medium and a large. I personally think this is a great move by the brand because it allows you to get a much more personalised fit. It also means there's a lot less adjustment on the vest, so less sort of straps flapping and dangling around, but more importantly, it gives you more space to put in accessible storage, and I personally think that that is one of the most important features when it comes to our running packs. As far as price goes, the Apex Pro isn't the most affordable hydration vest available on the market, so it retails in the UK for £175, so that is quite expensive when you compare it to some of the other vests and packs that are out there. But you do get two 500ml soft flasks and a very functional pole quiver that stows away in its own pocket, and that's all included in the price. The vest is constructed out of 85% nylon and 15% woven spandex, and if we take a closer look at it, you can actually see that it's made using this twin layered sort of ventilated honeycomb mesh construction. So this actually lifts the vest away from your body, forming a kind of cavity which really helps with airflow and breathability, especially if you're running in hot conditions. Just like the Zephyr Pro when we tested it, looks like the Apex Pro is really well put together, using some quality technical fabrics, some really nice quality zips and attachments, and some great attention to detail. Moving on to the storage, and let's start with the back of the vest first. So up the top here, we've got a PU coated water resistant small zip pocket, and then moving down, you can see that we've got the main compartment with this long diagonal zip that runs right across the center of the pocket. This is the pocket where you're probably gonna put all your mandatory kit in your dry bag and then stow it away in here. I've got to say it, with this long zip opening, it really does open that pocket up nicely, so very easy to stow all that kit inside. And then internally, we've got this separate mesh pocket as well, so really handy in case you want to keep any certain items of kit separated. Underneath this main compartment is a segregated pocket for your hydration bladder if you still use one, and you've got a handy clip to clip that bladder in to stop it from slipping down the vest while you're running. You might have noticed what looks like a strip of plastic on top of the vest, but this is actually RECCO advanced rescue technology. So if you happen to get lost out on the trails or in the high mountains, heaven forbid, this is going to help rescue teams locate you using their RECCO detectors, which are actually used by rescue professionals worldwide. I think this is a great feature to have on a running pack, especially if you spend a lot of time off the beaten path. And the best thing of all is it doesn't require any batteries or any power at all. So it's just going to always be on your vest just in case. I think this is another feature that highlights that CamelBak have put a lot of thought and a lot of development into the Apex Pro. Moving on to the front storage, and we've got lots of great options here. So first up the top, we've got two good sized pockets, and this is where we're going to situate our 500ml soft flasks. Internally, we got two bungee cords that are going to loop over the lids of the bottles just to make sure that they don't slip down into the pockets as you drink your fluids. Something that can be really annoying when it comes to running packs. But we've also got a secondary bungee. So again, you can cinch this around the top of the bottle, making sure that those soft flasks stay put. Moving down the vest, and we've got this good sized double stuff pocket system on either side. So a really good sized stretchy pocket on the left and right, but internally we've also got this separate mesh section. So really handy again if you want to separate items of kit. Perfect pockets for your nutrition, bars, gels, or head torches, buffs, gloves, stuff that you want to access while you're on the move. And then on front of that pocket, you've actually got a more secure, good sized zip pocket. Again, made out of very stretchy technical fabric, so you can fit lots of kit in there. So really, we've got a triple pocket system on the front. And then on the right, you also get a handy little key clip, so you can attach your keys to that, and then you know they're going to stay nice and safe and nice and secure throughout the run. And then moving around to the sides, and we've got two extra good sized stuff pockets that actually come with a bungee cord that you can cinch down just to make those pockets a bit more secure. And then they actually connect with one big long stuff pocket that runs under the main compartment. So very similar to what you get on Salomon's Advanced Skin 12 set. And this is exactly what I was saying when it comes to the one size fits all vest or a size vest. This has freed up this section to put on more accessible storage, because in the Zephyr Pro, this area was taken up with adjustment straps. One of the features that I really enjoyed on the Zephyr Pro when I tested it was the super functional CamelBak stowable and detachable pole quiver. I'm happy to say we get the same system on the Apex Pro. So the quiver literally rolls up and stows away in a pocket at the bottom of the vest. If you want to use it, just unroll it, and then it attaches with two simple press studs at the top of the vest. You can cross it over to your left shoulder or your right shoulder, depending on what you prefer, or you can just take it off the pack altogether just by undoing those press studs if you're not using poles. So I think it makes it a super practical pole carrying system. Like I mentioned earlier, the Apex Pro is now a sized vest. I'm 6'1", I'm about 78 kilos, and I've got a 38-inch chest, and I've been testing out a medium and it fits me really well. You do have a little bit more adjustment on the straps on the front, so we got a pretty simple sort of elasticated strap and buckle for closure and opening, but you can also make adjustment using this sort of hook and loop system. So these straps will move up and down the front of the vest just so you can personalize that fit a bit more and adjust it to your body shape. And then finishing up, we got some extra bungees in case you prefer to mount your running poles on the front of your vest. They're also easy to take off if you are going to use the included pole quiver. We got some nice high-vis detailing on the front and on the back for safer nighttime running. And you do get the all-important, tiny, obligatory safety whistle, which is actually pretty good for a small whistle. And it comes with its very own tiny little small pocket so I can stow it away. Now, I make a joke of it, but it's actually a great feature because it stops that whistle dangling and banging around while you're running, which can be extremely annoying, especially if you're running a long way. So there it is, folks, a quick breakdown of the new hydration vest from CamelBak, the Apex Pro. Now, it's definitely been put through its paces over the last month, so let's dive into how it's performed. I'm going to go through all the sort of standout features, the things that really impressed me first, and then I'm going to highlight a few things I feel that could be slightly improved. But let's start off with all the good stuff first. I think the biggest standout for me has to be the fact that it is a sized vest, and I always think that's going to be the best option when it comes to choosing a running pack or a hydration vest, because the Apex Pro just fits me a lot better than the Zephyr Pro. It feels more personalized, it feels more secure when I'm running, and it's fully loaded with kit. But we also get the addition of those extra 2 accessible stuff pockets on the side, because we don't need those adjustment straps anymore. I always mention it whenever I review and test running packs that accessible storage is at the top of my list, and you can never have too much of it. You know, the more the better in my eyes. So a big tick in the box for CamelBak for making the Apex Pro a sized vest. The big diagonal zip on that main compartment on the back is a great idea. It makes it very easy when you want to load your kit in. So get all your kit in a dry bag, it fits in there, super simple. But also you can open it up nice and wide when you want to access it and take any kit out. So really good zip system. Having that internal mesh compartment, great idea. Allows you to segregate that kit if you want to. And while we're speaking of storage, I think this triple pocket system on the front is a nice touch. It allows you to fit loads of kit in there, nice stretchy fabric, but those pockets are right under your eyes, so makes them nice and accessible, really easy to reach in and grab anything out while you're on the move. I've always been a big fan of the soft flasks from CamelBak. I like the fact that they've got a nice wide opening, makes it really easy to fill the bottles up at home or at a checkpoint, or really simple if you want to put an electrolyte tablet in or a sachet of Tailwind. You know, it's quite hard on some bottles that have got a small opening. These make it very easy. The fact that you can lock the nozzle off, again, another great idea. All soft flasks should come with this. So if you're transporting your hydration vest to the race, or if you're carrying a spare soft flask in the back of your pack full up of fluid, by locking these nozzles off, it just stops any leakage issues. And just like on the Zephyr Pro when I tested it, I really do like the CamelBak super functional pole quiver system. It really is a great quiver. I love the fact that it's got a nice wide opening, so it makes it very easy to grab your poles out when you're going up a hill, or to stow them away when you've reached the summit. But I also think it's awesome that you can just unclip it, roll it up, and stow it away in its own pocket at the bottom of the vest. I mean, that is genius. It's such a functional system. Definitely a lot more functional than the pole quiver system that I have on my Salomon Advanced Skin 12 set. It's got a real small opening, and I use Harrier poles, and I tend to, when I go to get them out, I tend to get them snagged and caught up, and I end up fighting with the poles trying to get them out. And what I normally do is have to take the vest off to put them away or to get the poles out, which kind of defeats the object of a pole quiver. So you can see lots of things that I enjoyed about the Apex Pro vest, and the overall fit and performance has been really good. However, there were a couple of things that didn't work out as well for me, and the first one being the adjustment straps on the front of the vest. So they're elasticated, and what I found was when I was running with the vest fully loaded with 2 full 500ml soft flasks on the front, I think that weight and a little bit of movement just made those straps constantly work loose. So I did find myself adjusting and retightening those front straps as I went. Further in the run, as I drank fluid and that weight went down, it did get better, but I've got to be honest, the start of every run, it was a little bit annoying constantly having to tighten those straps. Secondly, the press studs on the quiver are very, very tight, and to the point where I've actually struggled to take it off, so I've just left it on the pack. It really did feel like I was either going to break them or pull them off the vest altogether. Since then, I've gone onto the CamelBak website, and I've actually seen a couple of reviews saying the same thing. So maybe we have got a bit of an issue when it comes to the press studs, which is really odd because the same pole quiver system on the Zephyr Pro worked really well, and it was very easy to attach the quiver or to take it off the vest. So wrapping up with a quick conclusion, and I think CamelBak have done a pretty good job when it comes to the new Apex Pro hydration vest. We got all those great features, that excellent CamelBak build quality, lots of accessible storage on the front of the vest and the sides, really easy to get your kit while you're on the move. It's a size vest, so it fits really well, and we mustn't forget that great pole carrying quiver. Okay, there was a couple of gripes along the way, but all in all, it's performed well throughout testing. Now, if you followed the channel for any time, you'll probably know that my hydration vest of choice is Salomon's Advanced Skin 12 set. So I'm sure the question that you all want me to answer is, would I choose the Apex Pro ahead of my Salomon vest? Now, it is very close between the two, but I've got to be honest, I think I still would go for my Salomon Advanced Skin 12 set if I was taking on any big challenges. So there's actually quite a lot of similarities between the two. So the Salomon Advanced Skin 12 set retails in the UK for £140, But if you were to buy the pole quiver with it, it would cost you 170, so a very similar price point to this. Both the main compartments on the two vests are very similar. They hold pretty much the same amount of kit. And as far as accessible storage goes, it's almost the same on both vests. However, I do prefer that one pull closure system on the Salomon pack. Super simple to use, really easy to adjust it when you're on the move. And once you've locked it down, that system doesn't work loose at all while you're running. And I do feel that the Advanced Skin 12 set feels a bit lighter and maybe runs a little bit more breathable than this. And those three features are really important to me, especially if I'm running a long way. So there you have it, folks, our full in-depth review on the latest hydration vest from CamelBak, the Apex Pro. Really hope you enjoyed it, really hope you found it helpful. If you do have any questions about this vest or about hydration vests in general, please feel free to get them in the comments below. And if you are in the market for a new vest or running pack, then we've got some great content on the channel already. Lots of reviews from lots of different running brands: Salomon, Innovate, Instinct, Ultimate Direction, Keyless, and lots more. There's also a really handy buying guide on there. So what I'll do is I'll link all those videos in the description below in case you want to check them out. Also, don't forget, if you have enjoyed the video, to like, comment, share and subscribe, because it really is a big help to the channel. But for now, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for supporting. It really is appreciated by myself and Liga. We'll be back on the channel very soon with some more exciting running content. And as always, stay safe and keep on running. Now, you might have noticed what looks like a plastic strip sitting at top of the vest. Very similar to Salomon's Advanced Skin 12. I am very happy to say that this is not a one-size-all vest. About the Apex Pro hydration vest from CamelBak. Then I'm going to break down the construction in a bit more detail, highlighting all the great features and